Howdy, I'm Tom from Typeset, and in this video, I'm going to show you how to make an employee handbook type of ebook in just a few minutes with Typeset. So I'm in my Typeset dashboard right here, and before we get started on actually creating the content, I'm going to go up to Account here in the top right and hit this branding button. So in here, you can see where I have dragged and dropped my brand assets into this little box, and Typeset will automatically pick up the colors from that, so your brand colors, and then use them across your materials that you make. So if you sign up with a company email, like Samcard or whatever, then it's going to try and bring those assets in there. If you signed up with just regular Gmail account or Yahoo, then you might need to bring your own in, and this is where you can do it. You can also change fonts. We use the Google Fonts API, so you can dial in your fonts there, and if you want to change your brand colors, you can do so down here. Okay, let's go back to the dashboard. And I'm going to hit this plus sign and then hit document, because I know that I'm creating an ebook and not a slide deck. So there's a slight difference the way Typeset works in those, since ebooks typically have a consistent font size across them. That's the way that it's going to create the text or size the text in your document if you select an ebook instead of a slide deck. So I can come over here and open the design and style drawer, and I have Samcard selected for my theme. If I hit customize, I can see my format as a document. There's my typography. Down here in text size, I can see it's more consistently sized. So there will be more white space, but that's how ebooks are typically written, like a regular book. And so the size of the text is the same across all pages, or at least it's more consistent, right? And I want to include page numbers there too. Also typical with a book. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to create my first cover slide here, employee handbook. And I really like the way this first image looks. So I'm just going to go ahead and select it, but I need to replace it because there's too much text there, and I'm going to search for something like a welcome. Oh, this one looks nice. Already got a lot of our brand colors in there. Looks really good. Okay, except I want to change it up a little bit. I'm going to add our logo. Okay, display logo. So this will automatically find your logo. If you just type in your company name, if you want to be really sure, then make sure to type in the domain name of your company's website, and it'll bring in this, it'll bring in your company logo. All right, so that looks pretty great, except I have this text over the text of my image. So I want to select in my drawer here something where it's a remix where it's not overlapping. Okay, that looks much better. All right, I'm going to start with a new slide here, and I'm going to name this table of contents, sort of typical that we might find in an employee handbook. And start a new line, hit a slash, and I'm going to type in list, a bulleted list. That's how table of contents typically look. Now I'm going to hit the tab button, and it's going to open up AI mode, and I want to write a list on table of contents for an employee handbook for a new hire at a software company. All right, and then hit enter, and let's see what it comes up with. An introduction to the company, company policies, benefits and compensation, employee resources. I'm going to insert those. Instead of this employee resources one, I'm going to make that company culture. Okay, introduction to the company, that's policies, benefits and compensation. That looks great. I want to make this slide a little bit more interesting here too, so add another image and let's see what it comes up with. Here's some people working around a table. That looks nice. All right. I like the way that looks. So I'm going to hit 3 dashes on this new line, and that's going to give me a page break, and it'll add a new page down here. All right, I'm going to move my face over here. All right. Okay, so my first chapter of this ebook is Introduction to the Company. Introduction to the Company. And actually, I'm going to make this Introduction to Typeset. So it's like I'm writing, to a new hire here at Typeset. All right, so I want to type in a little bit about the founders. So I'm going to hit Image, and instead of searching for an image, I'm going to drop an image in here. So I selected it from my browser. So this is an image of Dr. Bjarke Holm, one of the founders of Typeset. All right, and I will say about him, Dr. Holm founded Typeset in 2019. Okay, great. That looks pretty good, but I want to make this second line just a tad more interesting. So I'll move my face down there. And for the second line, I want to make it a subtitle so it stands out a little bit more. Okay, that's great. Now I can select those 3 components, those 3 widgets there, and I can group them by hitting this button up here. It's going to create a group, which is beautiful because then I can duplicate it. And now I can add some, basically a copy of what I was just working on, but for the other founder, Stefan. So I can bring his image in here and write about him, and it looks consistent with the other sort of profile card that I made. All right, I'm going to delete those blank little widgets there, and that's wonderful. All right, so I'm going to go down to a new line down here, and I'm going to say Typeset, formerly known as Dropdeck, was founded by these 2 Icelandic entrepreneurs in 2019. All right, man, that page looks really nice. So since this is an ebook, I also want this text to be left justified. So that's a nice little introduction to Typeset there. Okay, great. Now I'm going to hit Command Enter, start a new slide. All right, and so for this next one, this is company. Let's see. Yeah, company policies. I'm going to use AI mode for this. So I'm just going to have AI mode write about company policies for a software startup. And see what it comes up with. You probably will have your own policies that you'll want to include in here, or some procedures, that sort of thing. Yeah, this is should have a code of conduct and that sort of thing. So make sure that you insert your own content here. I'm going to go ahead and click over to my next page. And so for this one, I believe this one was the benefits and compensation. So actually what I want to do for this one is look at a templates. So I'll type in /templates, and I can check out these amazing templates here, and you can scroll through them and see if there's one that I like. And I really like this one here. Okay, healthy eating. Instead of healthy eating, though, this is going to be, I'll rename it benefits and compensation. I don't really need that second line, but I do want to create a new group. And let's say this is year, and let's say this is base pay. Let's say a company lined out their compensation this way. I know that's not typical, but let's say that it was. PTO and equity. So these are things that you might expect in a compensation package. So year 1, year 2, year 3, and base pay. Let's say we start out at 80,000 and then we have 90,000, and then in year 3 you get a little more pay bump. You get 110,000. PTO first year, let's see, you get 10 days, and year 2 you get an additional 5 days, so there's 15. And so if you make it all the way to year 3, now you have unlimited PTO. And for equity, say 5,000 units when you start. Let's say you get another 5,000 in year 2, so you get 10,000. And then if you make it all the way to year 3, you get 20,000 units. Okay, so looking at my slide, it looks pretty good. I need to replace this picture. So let me search for compensation. Could be a little odd, but no, this one looks pretty good. This looks nice right there. So let me go ahead and put that put that one in. Now, this slide does not look quite right though, because it still has the same colors from the theme and not from my theme. So I'm going to come open up this remix drawer down here, and I have my colors from theme here. So I can select one of these and it'll go ahead and apply it to my page. So that looks much better. Very consistent. Close the remix drawer, and I'm going to enter in a new slide. All right, and I'm going to do the same thing with this one. I'm going to search for a template. This is our last one. We are going to be talking about company culture in this one. So instead of key metrics, I'm going to call this company culture. Replace this. Something fun. Company culture is typically tries to be fun. All right, and then see in my template, I have cards that are already made, so I can just go ahead and edit those cards. And let's say the 5 core values of our company are be an owner. These are the ones for Samcart. Be transparent. Be you. Creative and commit. And we also have another one, be human. So I'm going to duplicate this final card and make that one be human. All right, and then I can also copy and paste from our website these sort of like, statements about each of those core values to flesh it out a little bit more. And let's see, this one is be creative and commit. So flesh that out. Be human. And last one is be you. I got them a bit out of order, so my bad. Okay. Looks pretty good. I need to update my colors again. So remix, hit the remix drawer, and I'm going to select, let's see, which one do I like? That one, too much of a pink overlay. Okay, that one looks pretty fun. So I like that. But let's go ahead and stick with the white. Let's leave the fun one for the final page. And this is going to be like any questions. Final page. And let's say there's email. You can put an email address in here, typeset, hello@typeset.com. Or this is the URL for the website, typeset.com. And if I select that text, I can come up here and make it a link. So I can go go ahead and link to typeset.com, and I can do the same thing for the email, but I can add a mail to parameter on it. So I can make mail to hello@typeset.com and apply that. And last but not least, let's add another image here. Actually, let's add our logo. Find logo for, again, typeset.com. Definitely want to include the logo on the final page. All right. Any way that we want to remix that? Any questions? Okay, kind of like that remix. Pretty cool. Looks funky. All right. Okay. That's it. So we made an employee handbook in 15 minutes with Typeset. All right, great. Thank you very much. And I hope you go out and make beautiful things.